emotions, add-on desires.
I am Sindhura, Biology faculty in association with Adult Solutions. In this section, we are going to see the nutrition in animals. This chapter previously have seen in the first lesson nutrition in plants. You have learned about what is meant by nutrition, how it is performed in plants. Now you are going to see how the nutrition process is performed in animals. Okay? So let's start a section, how the nutrition is performed in animals. So first we will see what is meant by nutrition here. What is nutrition? Nutrition is a process in which the organisms take in food and utilizes for the production of energy. You have seen before in the nutrition in animals how the process of nutrition is taken place. Like nutrition is a process in which the animals or the plants, any living organisms which take in food and utilizes it for the production of energy is called as what? Nutrition. So here the nutrition process today we are going to see in animals how it is performed. In animals, the mode of nutrition here in animals is holozoic. What is the mode of nutrition here in animals? It is holozoic. So the animals perform holozoic type of nutrition. The animals perform holozoic type of nutrition. And coming to the process, how the nutrition process will be taken place in animals. It is a step-by-step mechanism which is occurring in the animals as well as humans. We will see. First of all, this process of nutrition in animals includes ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and exhaustion. What are the steps involved in nutrition in animals? 1. Ingestion, 2. Digestion, 3. Absorption, 4. Assimilation, 5. Finally exhaustion. So what is this ingestion, digestion, absorption, assimilation and exhaustion are? See, when we take in food, intake of food, or simply you can say eating of food. So this eating of food or intake of food is called as what? Ingestion. It is called as what? Ingestion. Intake of food. Intake of food is called as what? Exhaustion. Eating of food or taking intake of the food is called as what? Exhaustion. This ingestion process takes place through mouth. The food we eat with our mouth. So the first process of digestion is, or the nutrition we call it as what? Ingestion. Is called as what? Ingestion. This happens through the mouth. The food which enters into the mouth. This process, intaking of the food, is called as what? Ingestion. After that, the food will be moving into where? Stomach. In the stomach, further digestion takes place. Here, in the stomach, some amount of food materials will be partially digested, and the remaining food material will be again moved from the stomach to small intestine. There in the small intestine, completely the food materials will be digested. After that, it will be moving, the food materials will be absorbed, means completely digested food material will be absorbed into the bloodstream by a process called as what? Absorption. After that, they will be moving into the each and every cell. The blood will carry the nutrients to each and every cell by a process called as assimilation. Finally, the waste materials will be removed out by a process called as exhaustion. So this is the brief thing, like we'll take in food, moves into the stomach, digests here, and again moves into the small intestine. Here also digestion process takes place. From small intestine it will be absorbed into the bloodstream. From blood it moves into each and every part of the body. There it produces or converts into energy. Finally the waste material is ejected out. So this is the route map how the process takes place. So we'll see in detail what is meant by ingestion, what is meant by digestion, absorption, assimilation and exhaustion. So we have seen first one, ingestion. Intake of food or simply eating of the food is called as what? Ingestion. Next, eating of the food is called as what? Ingestion. See, the actual taking of food from the external environment is called as what? Ingestion. In ingestion, which organ is involved? Mouth. In ingestion process, which organ is involved? Mouth. Mouth is involved in the ingestion. Next coming to the next process, digestion. Then what is meant by digestion? What is meant by digestion? In ingestion process we have taken in the food. Then what is meant by digestion? Here what happens is the food whatever we are taking in is in the form of the food whatever we are taking in is in the form of insoluble or in the form of what? Large insoluble or in the form of large insoluble molecules. The food whatever we are taking into our mouth are in the form of large insoluble molecules. These large insoluble molecules cannot be absorbed by our body. These large insoluble molecules cannot be absorbed by our body. So these molecules cannot be absorbed. These molecules cannot be absorbed by our body or by our cells. These huge amount of large inorganic or large insoluble molecules are not absorbed by our body. Then what happens? So here in the digestion process what happens is this large insoluble molecules are converted to small soluble substances or small soluble molecules. What happens here? In the digestion process, the food we are eating contains large insoluble molecules. These cannot be digested or these cannot be absorbed by our body. Hence, these large insoluble molecules are converted into small soluble molecules by a process called as what? Digestion. And this process can be done physically or chemically. This process can be done by physical churning. This process is done by physical churning or chemical or by chemical substances. This digestion process is done by physical churning, means by chewing and moving the substances, rotating the substances. Churning means mixing the substances by physical churning or by the chemical substances like enzymes and the digestive juices. So by these things the digestion process takes place. Then next, after digestion what happens? Okay, you are intaking the food, it is called as ingestion. And next, the ingested food consists of large insoluble molecules and these are converted into small soluble molecules. And this small molecule conversion of these smaller soluble molecules is called as what? Digestion. This process also completed. Now our digested food will be moved into the bloodstream. This digestion process takes place in stomach and small intestine. This digestion process takes place in the stomach and small intestine. Now where is our digested food is there? In the small intestine. From the small intestine it has to be absorbed by the bloodstream. So next process is called as what? Absorption. Absorption is nothing but in this process the soluble molecules, see the small soluble molecules which are produced as a result of digestion are moved into the bloodstream, are moved into the where? From small intestine it is moved into bloodstream. From the walls of the small intestine these are being absorbed into the bloodstream. So our molecules now enter into the bloodstream or absorbed into the bloodstream. This process is called as what? Absorption. Okay. Then next, after absorption, now our nutrients, means what are the digested food, is now entering into a bloodstream. It is present in the blood. Now from the blood carries these nutrients into the blood carries these nutrients to all parts of body. The blood carries these nutrients to all parts of the body. Here in assimilation process what happens is the blood carries these nutrients to all parts of the body, and in all parts of the body when the nutrients enter into the cells, there the assimilation process takes place. Assimilation is a process in which the conversion of nutrients to produce energy. Here the digested food materials are used up by the cells. Digested food materials which is reaching through blood into the all parts of the body. So that nothing but cells. Reaching the cells are used. These nutrients are used to produce the energy. Finally here in assimilation process what is produced? Energy. So in assimilation process what is produced? Energy. So here assimilation process the energy is produced from the digested food materials. And here till here the nutrition means the process of conversion of the process of intake of food and digesting it and used for the production of energy is called as nutrition we have seen. So here the energy, the final product is produced, and when this whole process is performing, some amount of waste materials or some amount of undigested food will be remained. Means whatever the food we are taking in, complete food materials will not be digested. Some part of the food is remain undigested. Thus undigested food materials, that undigested food materials will be ejected out. That undigested food material will be ejected out by a process called as what? Assimilation. The undigested food materials will be ejected out by a process called as what? Assimilation. Here clear? This is about the steps of or the process of digestion which takes place or the nutrition which takes place in animals. In ingestion we will take in the food. In digestion the large complex molecules or the insoluble molecules will be converted into the smaller soluble substances. And finally in absorption these smaller soluble molecules will be absorbed into the bloodstream. In assimilation process, the soluble molecules which are in the bloodstream moved into the each and every part of your body, that is each and every part of each and every cell, and there These digested food is used in the production of energy. That is called as what? Assimilation. And finally, the undigested food materials or the waste materials which is produced in this process will be ejected out. This process is called as what? Exhaustion. Clear? Here this is about the process of nutrition. Now we'll see how the process of nutrition takes place in humans, or you can say the digestion process, how it takes place in humans. So it is a very interesting topic, as we all eat food, right? So we all eat, we all dump our belly with a chunk of food materials. So what happens, how the food materials are divided, how the food materials are converting into other substances and producing the energy, what is actually happening in your mouth and each part of your body to produce the energy, we'll see today. Okay, here in nutrition in humans, we'll see how the energy is produced when we take in food. Okay, now coming to the nutrition in humans. Coming to nutrition in humans, if you see here, if you see the nutrition in humans, this process, the process of nutrition occurs in the system called as digestive system. So our human body consists of many systems like respiratory system, digestive system, excretory system, reproductive system, nervous system. So this digestion process, this nutrition process is performed by our digestive system. So nutrition in humans is performed in digestive system. Where the nutrition performed in humans, the nutrition process in humans is performed in the digestive system. And this digestive system contains two things, like this digestive system contains two things. One, alimentary canal, and two, digestive glands. Here the digestive system consists of two things. One is the alimentary canal and second one is the digestive glands. Means the digestive system contains alimentary canal and digestive glands for nutrition process, So we'll see first of all what is meant by alimentary canal. What is meant by alimentary canal? We'll see what is meant by alimentary canal. The alimentary canal is a long tube-like structure. The alimentary canal is a long tube-like structure which is present from the mouth, which opens from the mouth, right from the mouth, which opens from the mouth and ends with anus. It is called as what? Alimentary canal. It is a tube-like structure which in which the nutrition process or the digestion process will be taken place in each and every part of the alimentary canal. Now we'll see what are the different parts of alimentary canal. First one is mouth. What is the first part of alimentary canal? Mouth. This is a mouth. First it is called as what? Mouth. The first part of alimentary canal is what? Mouth.
Add-on solutions. Add-on design.